I survived a match with Andre the Giant. He took me up in a big vertical suplex, and not only was I scared to death, I mean, my toes curled up inside my boots. But when we got down there, I learned gravity is real. And how many of those can you take? I was at somebody's house, and they were watching television. They were clicking through the channels, and I said, whoa, there's Tony Little, and look what he's doing. And when I saw that machine, the first thing that I looked at is, number one, low impact. It's gentle on the joints. And it's the gift that keeps on giving. Because no matter how often you use it, you want to use it more. You get addicted to it, really. And if I can possibly be an inspiration to others, the way Tony Little has been an inspiration to me, get on the phone, get your Gazelle.
Happy Sunday night, everyone. What's going on? I think I picked a good one tonight. We are going to do WWE Survivor Series 2003. This one is way up on the lists of a lot of you guys in terms of your favorite Survivor Series ever. It's been recommended, requested a bunch of times from you guys in the past. We're finally getting around to it here with one more Survivor Series before the end of the year. 2003, we got the ambulance match with Shane and Kane. We got the Buried Alive match with Vince and Taker. Goldberg and Triple H is on this show, I believe, as well, along with the big Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold Steve Austin Survivor Series elimination match that Austin's job was on the line. A lot of you guys love this show, and that's what we are here to watch today. Happy Sunday to you. Let me do a quick little sound check here, make sure I'm up and running. My kilobytes per second are all over the place right now. Luckily, none of the numbers are low, so we're not losing any any connection here, but they're all up and down, and I got my lights going crazy, but I think we're going to be okay. But I really don't see it. I've never really seen it do that before, but all of our levels are high enough to where it shouldn't knock us off at all, but it's just kind of fluctuating right now. So if you see me staring down below, it's only because I'm eyeballing that. But I've already been kind of connected here for about 20 minutes. Everything's fine. But, every now and then, like 2-3 times a year, we run into some little problems. So I'll be eyeballing that. I think we're fine, but you never know. That type of shit worries me. But anyway, happy Sunday to you. Hope you guys are having a great day. We'll do some chat shout outs here in a second, get ourselves together, and we will pull up Survivor Series 2003 on Peacock. You guys know the drill. Go and find the show. You're going to want to find season 17, episode 1, and the runtime on this, according to Peacock, 2 hours, 49 minutes, and 24 seconds. So a pretty decently long pay-per-view tonight. It should be really fun. I'm looking forward to this one. I haven't seen this one in years. I don't even own the physical media to this. I ordered it, so I have the actual pay-per-view recorded version, but I don't have the DVD, don't have the VHS, nothing like that, and I don't even remember the last time I've watched anything on this show. So this should be fun. I think it was maybe 3 or 4 years ago now, I believe I did a review of this show, but it's been probably that long since I've gone back and watched it. So it should be fun. Let's say hi to people that are here hanging out in the chat already. Welcome to everyone who was here waiting before we got here as well. Good to see everybody like the channel members. Tatanani, Brandon McNeil is in the house. We got the Juliet is here as well. We got Zach Palgett. We got Deshaun Robinson. We have George Morris. There he is. What's up, dude? Appreciate the $5. Wow, you psyched me out there. I thought it was going to be 10 out of 10 on this one, but good to see you, George. He says, hey, Greg, how are you doing? How is Tito? Survivor Series 2003, 0 out of 10. How about a podcast about the rise and fall of Tammy Sitch? Me and you, the rise and fall of all three of us? Oh, man, I don't know. That would be an interesting episode, but I think it would be pretty focused mostly on Tammy Sitch. As we know, she is a mess. Good to see you, as always, George. Tito. I don't have an eye on Tito. I don't know where he is. I think he's in his fort, but if he pops out, I'll let him know you said what's up. Good to see channel members MJ Parker in here as well, along with our friends Ben Espinoza, T85. Ray Frand is here. So is It's Robert, Mike Rouse. We have Gilbert. We've got Joseph Boza. What's up, man? Good to see you as well. We got William Cullen in the house. Serge is here. Tony is here as well, along with We Are Pro Wrestling. There you are, man. Good to see you as well. Might have some questions for you. And Sex Machine is here. That makes 2 of us. So right on. This should be a fun Sunday watch along. Been looking forward to this one. Like I said, I was debating between doing this one. It came down to this one and Survivor Series 1991, which I know we talked about last week or whenever the last week we did a watch along on, where we talked about doing that because it was the Undertaker and Hulk Hogan championship match. But when I looked at the rest of that card, it was really kind of a mess. So I didn't really think it would be fun to watch that one. I thought this one had a lot more going on, and this one is probably way more fresher in y'all's memories than it is mine. So we're going to be doing that, watching it, click and play together. So why don't you guys go get your fingers on the trigger there on the Peacock, and we'll be hitting play here in just a second. Right on. Okay, we're good here. Everything's looking good with our numbers. I think we'll be just fine, but stuff like that panics me sometimes. And I'm still in need of updating my software. I updated it a couple of weeks ago and it fucked everything up. So I reinstalled the older version, but I still need to go back in and do that and confront that situation and get that up and running so we don't run into any more problems in the future. But this should be a good one. I'm ready to go. Right on. Yeah, Greg is at 40,100 subscribers. So we're getting there. We're actually almost at 40,200 subscribers. We took in over 200 on Survivor Series weekend alone. That pushed us over that 40K mark. And now our next target is 50K. So tell your moms, you know what I'm saying? Right on. Well, I don't think we should waste too much time today since this is kind of a longer pay-per-view. I think I am ready to hit play if y'all are. If for any reason any of you in here right now are joining us for the first time, we watch on Peacock. So if you're not watching on Peacock, you're watching on the WWE Network internationally, or if you pop the DVD in, you can follow along. I'm just not sure how perfect you're going to be synced up with us, since Peacock version is going to be much different than physical media and maybe even the WWE Network. So just keep that in mind. But if you're watching on Peacock, all you got to do is follow along with the timer right below me, which will start to run as soon as we hit play. That way, if you have to sit through Peacock advertisements or you get any sort of ads throughout the show, you don't have any here. I think I've got my ads turned off. But if you see any on Peacock, then you might have to catch back up, which is what the timer is for. So that's how we do it here. It should be fun. I'm ready to watch this one because I don't even know what opens the show. This should be a really, really fun show for me because of how little I kind of remember about it, although I'm sure I will start remembering as we watch. Should be fun. And like I said, I'll probably have tons of questions for you guys in the chat that you can help me fill, or you can help fill me in on, because when it comes to these years, like the 2003 through 2010, that's where my memory gets a little fuzzy. And so you guys are usually better at that than I am in terms of remembering stuff. So I might have questions. We will see. But anyway, get your finger on the trigger there. I got mine ready on the play button and on the timer. We will do a countdown from 3 and hit play together. That's how we do it. Y'all ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, play. Perfect. Perfect on my end. All right. Don't skip any intros, anything like that. This is still in the days of the really elaborate kind of pre-show video packages, hype packages for the pay-per-views. So I'm sure that's what this is going to be about. By the way, cheers. Happy Sunday to everybody. All that crazy stuff I mentioned in the beginning of the stream seems to have settled down now. So I think we're fine there. Oh man, the hooking Shane's nuts up to the car battery. That was so crazy. When did Kane unmask? Was that summer of 03 or was that like fall? Did this just happened? I feel like Shane might have been like one of Kane's first programs, right? He Tombstone Linda, that whole deal. I have that. I'm remembering that right? John Cena, I think, is a babyface by this point, I think. Although I'm not sure. Yeah, Ryan, I was watching the Lions beat the Saints earlier today. What are they, 10-3? 9-3? Something like that? Jesus, man. They were kind of teasing. I think this is where they also started the tease of Goldberg and Brock, because I think at the time they were both still champs. And that would have been a hell of a match at WrestleMania had they both been champions and both didn't leave. All right, Survivor Series 2003, 20 years ago, over 20 years. I don't know the exact date on this, but it was definitely sometime in November. So we were over 20 years on this show, which is just insane to me. All right. This sounds like definitely some dubbed over music here. I don't know what song they used, but it was probably some mainstream rock song or some rock band, right? I mean, maybe it's possible this is the song they used. I don't know. We Are Pro Wrestling will know. Good to see Queasy Exotic Exchange in here as well. Queasy and Exotic Exchange. Oh man, the Niners beat the piss out of the Eagles. I was watching that too. That's regular season though. Got to do it when it counts. Although they were on the road. Whooped Philly right in Philly. All right, so he's not getting a huge... He's on a babyface team here, right? I've talked about it before. I never really cared much for this John Cena. People look back to this John Cena as the best John Cena. I just didn't care for it. It wasn't my thing. I didn't start liking Cena until everybody started hating him. That's when I started saying, okay, if this many fans are making this big of a stink about the guy, they're probably overreacting. So I started watching him a little more, and I'm like, he's not that bad. He's fine. Oh, we're going to get a wrap here. Ew. Hello, little fetus. Won't you come meet us? Matt Morgan. I love Matt Morgan. I've always loved Matt. That ambulance. Oof. Okay, that's good. Ooh, one night stand with Sable. Careful, careful there, Cena. Max Pokey, bro, good to see you. I forgot what these teams are. Oh, okay, so it's going to be what? Cena and Ben Benoit? And they're going to be taking on what? Like Nathan Jones, Morgan, Big Show or something? Something like that? Oh no, Team Lesnar. It's team. That's right. It's Team Cena versus Team Lesnar. Now I remember. Spanish action. Carlos and Hugo. And it's the APA. I don't even know these full teams here. So is this Team Lesnar or Lesnar's a heel? I don't know what's going on. Oh, it's Bradshaw. Okay, not even Lesnar. It's just Bradshaw by himself. He was about to become JBL in like 5 minutes, right? Okay, Big Show and Brock Lesnar took out Farouk. So now Holly is in this. Oh, Team Angle. Okay, now I get it. Thank you. See, I don't know what's going on. I didn't look at the card today. Okay, so Angle is on the team with Benoit and Cena and Holly and Bradshaw against Team Lesnar, Brock, Big Show, A-Train, Nathan Jones, and Matt Morgan. What a weird team. Brock and Big Show wrestled for the title at this year's event in 2002. Team Angle, Lesnar and Angle still going, man. Been about a year of this now. So they started kind of teasing their issue way back in late 2002, if I remember. Then they went into, of course, Team Angle and the WrestleMania 19 thing, and then Angle had surgery, and then he was a babyface, and then Brock turned heel, and there was a SummerSlam match, right, and all this shit. The Iron Man match in Raleigh. They've had kind of a long storied thing where they kind of swapped being babyfaces and heels, too. Oh, yeah. So the Big Show would hang on to that U.S. title, what, until WrestleMania and drop it to Cena? Look how little the belt looks on him. It's like a kid's belt. Yeah, this is quite the large, beefy team. It's A-Train and Show and Morgan and Nathan Jones. That's crazy. A-Train is very large. I feel like Nathan Jones is really at the end of it here. He doesn't hang around much longer than this, does he? Before he quits. Guy is so big. He was freaky big to me. So was Matt Morgan, but the most generic music. I remember always just thinking that, like, he had, like, Brock Lesnar level potential. I don't know why. Maybe it was just his look, but I was always a really big fan of Matt Morgan. Or maybe a fan of what he could potentially be. Unfortunately, it was never that great. Here comes Brock Lesnar. Oh, that's right. Him and Hardcore Holly too had a little thing. There goes Bob Holly right after him. All right, match is underway, and this is supposed to be elimination here, so it's going to start. It's going to start with everybody fighting. Good luck, one referee who I believe is Brian Hebner. Oh, we're going to get an early DQ here, I think. MJ Parker, this team is beefy as hell. It's extremely beefy. There's like extra beef. Oh, wow, and eliminated, I guess DQ'd, which eliminated Bob Holly right off the bat. So babyfaces are down a man right off the get-go here. Good for them. Oh, here comes Bradshaw. Is going to even it up right off the bat. That's going to be the end of A-Train, no doubt about it. What's cool thing about Survivor Series pins is you can always tell in these elimination matches. Eliminations come much quicker. Simple things like clotheslines and regular moves can end matches or end falls. We might get another one right here. This might be it on Bradshaw. Yep. Some of that lacks logic. You know, sometimes you can have a 20-minute match where Bradshaw would kick out of 4 choke slams, you know, but here, 1, fresh as a daisy, 1 choke slam, you're done. I mean, how many people on that team? Look at, like, Brock Lesnar, who is a gigantic human. Looks like a toddler next to, I guess they're all 7 feet tall, right? Matt and Nathan and Big Show. When Brock Lesnar is the runt of the litter, that is a scary team. Come on, Cena. Cena and Brock. What a story between these guys. Pretty sure Cena just still owns that one victory, right? That return victory in 2012 over Brock. That's the only time he's ever beaten him. Nice schoolboy. Didn't get him, though. Hey, Ryan, I did see Liv. Boy, we got Liv Morgan, Matt Morgan. We got the whole Morgan clan here. I saw Liv with the Packers jacket and picture at Lambeau. Is that where she's from? Wisconsin? Kind of like a 30% Chiefs fan because my sister and brother-in-law, my brother-in-law is from there. They went to a game just 2 weeks ago in Kansas City. And since we don't have a team here in San Diego anymore, and Detroit up until this year has always sucked, I always kind of like sort of root for Kansas City. Plus, I really like Kelsey. A little jealous of Kelsey. Maybe Matt Morgan's problem here, too, in 2003 is the frosted tips. You don't want to be doing that. That's career suicide right there. Looked like Matt Morgan ate all the Backstreet Boys. And 2 NSYNC members, too. God, Nathan Jones. Imagine if Nathan Jones, like his look, imagine if Nathan Jones had like Brock Lesnar, Kurt Angle, Randy Orton type of like in-ring ability. I don't think there would have been any stopping him. If I remember right, he kind of quit just because he hated the track. Doesn't he? Like, he hates flying and shit. I think that's what it was. It gave him a lot of anxiety. I don't like flying either, but if it's your job, I don't know what you can do. But I guess he just didn't like it. Brock kind of quit for the same reason, just didn't like the travel. Look at Cena. It's like a natural selection. Isn't that what Charlotte calls her thing? Her little snap mare into an RKO type of deal. Here comes Benoit and Brock. Oof. Nice, another man hitting a snap suplex on Brock. That's just insane. Yeah, Matt Morgan. Yeah, you're right, AJ. He definitely got a little bit more of a footing in TNA because he wasn't bad. I just kind of thought like when he first appeared onto the scene, just thinking about like Vince's mentality and what he looks for, and I'm like, this guy. I always thought the Blueprint was really, really appropriate name for him because if you're building a wrestler in your mind, or you're sketching one, or he's going to probably look somewhat like him. But he had the physical blueprint. He didn't really have any of the other blueprints. He had the blueprint look, maybe not the blueprint ability, charisma, presence, that type of. Well, he has presence, but is Kelsey engaged to Taylor Swift? I don't know if they're engaged yet. Though, that Taylor Swift, she's just using him for his money. It's kind of lame. But if they love each other, then more power to them. Even if she's a gold digger, it is what it is. What can you do? Apparently, she's an aspiring singer. Trying to make it. So at least now she's got a big time celebrity, boyfriend to, maybe help get her to that next level of fame that she so desperately craves. We wish her the best. What's her name again? Taylor Swift, right? Yeah. That. Yeah. Hopefully she finds success in life. We're rooting for her. That was a terrible cover. Big Show was nowhere near even close to Benoit's shoulders. And Benoit just went very easily. Got right out of that pin. She's a Jezebel. That's right. Damn, who do they have? Oh, they got Benoit. Imagine getting beaten up by Brock Lesnar and Nathan Jones at the same time. I'd rather do anything than that, to be honest. There's giant Matt Morgan. If you guys don't mind, smash that thumbs up button for me. Those who are in the chat, help us out with our Sunday watch-alongs. I love the Sunday watch-alongs because we have it's always us. It's like the same 50 to 80 of us in here. And then it gets a lot of views on the tail end in the next couple of days. So I kind of like how these are set up. Helps the channel. We've gotten a lot of subscribers out of doing these watch-alongs, so they've been worth it. A WrestleMania 21 watch-along from last year's got 200,000 views on it. Fucking crazy. Ugh. There we go. Angle and Matt Morgan. That's a good one. Nice Germans. Oh. Look how quickly they're both up from that. Wow. I think that's another reason why like Jones and especially Morgan impress me is because somebody like that's 7 feet tall like that, what 280 or 300 pounds, moving around the way they did. Oh, it was crazy enough when Brock was doing it, and then you get, oh my God, this bump's happening everywhere. That was all kinds of good. Nathan Jones just took out his own partner by accident, knocked over the top rope. I feel like Morgan's going to go down here. That's going to be the end of Matthew Morgan. Nope, Brock's going to save it. Nope. Matt Morgan gone. Nathan and Angle now. He's going to miss. Boom. Big Show takes out. Nathan takes out Big Show. This is going to be the end of Nathan Jones. He's going to tap out to the ankle lock, isn't he? Tap out, bitch. And he's out. He's out. Oh, no. Oh, no. Ooh, I like that sharp F5. And Angle's out with one F5. Let's see how quickly these eliminations happen in these type of matches. So what are we down to now? It's Show and Lesnar against Cena and Benoit. I don't even know how this ends up. I have no idea. Ooh. Oh, man. Now, finally, you can kind of organize it here. It's slowed down a bit. Now it's just a tag team match. Cena and Benoit is quite the team. My shoulders are already separated. I have one over here and one over here. See? So they're separated. Y'all have separated shoulders too, or are y'all shoulders together? You might. Oh, nope. Lesnar's going to roll out of this. No, no. Mm. He's got the crossface on him, but Brock is all in the ropes. It's not going to count. I did a review of the show, and I don't remember what the outcome is here. Wow, Lesnar tapped to Benoit. So the team captains are out. I feel like John. This is going to be a John Cena survival here. Is what's going to happen. Maybe Show will put out Benoit, and then Cena wins and is the sole survivor. Is that what they're going to do? All right, Benoit going to the top rope. Show's on his feet. But diving headbutt. I've never seen Benoit do that. Like a diving headbutt to a standing opponent. He always does the one where they're laying on the ground, but Big Show was standing up for that, and he kind of torpedoed him. Looked good. Uh-oh. No give at all on that bump. Oh, Cena chained him. He chain ganged him. And he hit it. Okay, so it's going to be Cena and Benoit. Team Angle. Team Angle defeated Team Lesnar, and Angle and Lesnar were out before the finish even happened. I didn't catch that. I did not miss. Benoit did not get eliminated, right? I wasn't distracted. Feel like it's Cena and Angle both, or Cena and Benoit both survived here, right? Yeah, there they are. Okay. Question answered. There's Chris and John. Don't worry, Benoit. You got a big. Both of you guys are going to have a really great WrestleMania 20. Just be patient. Title winner in the opening match, title winner in the closing match. Yeah, We Are Pro Wrestling, good point, especially with Benoit tapping out Brock. That would be a hint that maybe that's what they were going to do. It might have been. But then Brock left. They gave the belt to Eddie, and then they went with Eddie and Angle and put Benoit with DX. Oh, Vince. Where's your mustache, weirdo? This is the final night of the American Badass, too, right?
Before your match, I know you're preparing for your match. Should be a great one. I wanted to let you know how I'm feeling. It dawned on me what's going on.
CM Punk was a jobber on Velocity. Yeah, he once was.
Father and son competing in individual matches against two brothers, Kane and The Undertaker. When you think about that, it's ironic. There's a certain fate to it. There's a spirituality to it.
A spirituality to it.
And I know that I'm being protected by a higher power. And I'm just wondering.
Oh, higher power. Vince, don't ever say that.
How do you feel? You feel the same? The only thing I'm feeling right now is sorry for you.
Oh yeah, Shane's babyface. I kind of forgot. I'm like, what do these two pricks have against each other? Can't ever keep track of who's face and heel in the Vince and Shane. Oh. Hello. Why don't you piss yourself, Vince? Smile? Oh, look at there. Smile. Fock fear. I don't know what that means. What does it mean to fock something? Oh, no. Please hit him. Bye, Vince. Thanks for hiring me back after what happened last year. Oh, they're in Dallas. Oh, yeah, I think I knew that because I think Mark Cuban is a part of this, right? That I do remember. Just laughing. Now, I know that Austin's team will lose, and then technically Austin will be fired or something, but I don't know how he gets brought back. I mean, he's back shortly after, right? Take me to your Lita. I like that. Who's Lita facing? 2003 Lita. That's right. She was out. Is she going to win the title here? She's either going to be facing Trish or Molly or Victoria or who the hell else? Molly. Molly, okay. I was about to say, it can only be like one of 4 women. Okay, well, Lita is totally going to win this. Molly's the best. Met Molly Holly at WrestleMania this year. Sweeter than Granny's apple butter. All right, Charles Robinson, tallest man in the match, tallest person in the match. Oh no, Lita might have him by a couple inches. She does. All right, Lita and Molly, two women that I actually like a lot. Both can work. This is not Summer Rae versus Alicia Fox. This is Lita and Molly here. That's right. Molly's in the head shave match at WrestleMania. That's right. That's right. It's that shaved right off out there looking like Molly Mike work. Molly Morgan. Dallas Mavericks, they still play in that building or do they have a new one by now? It's 20. I mean, it's probably pretty new back then. I don't know if they're still playing there. El Magnifico. Yes. Hello, man. My Lions look good. They do. Beat the Saints today. It's wild just seeing like 9-3 next to their as the record. Like that's just my mind can't even wrap around that. They're division leaders. They're going to be in the playoffs and then some. I think they got Dallas coming up soon. Relatively easy schedule though, compared to the Eagles and Niners and everybody else atop the NFC. I think when push comes to shove, they're going to be a little bit outclassed if they get to the NFC title game and they have to play a Philly or something, especially if they're in Philly. Same thing happened to them in 91. They did really well, made it to the NFC title game in early 92 against Washington and just got stomped. But they still made it there. We got Kansas City and Green Bay on the TV on the wall here. We got 7-0 Green Bay as Lita getting pounded by Molly. I like the Stone Cold sign that's got the lights, the actual lights on it. Molly Mike work is genius. Well, if she starts her own YouTube channel, somebody suggests that name for her. I won't sue her or anything. I'll let her have the rights to the name. She's great. I'll be happy to share my intellectual property with Molly. No probs. When I met her and took a picture with her, she's like, I don't even charge people. She goes, there's just this charity here with a QR code. Just donate $1. I'm like, okay. I donated more, but she's like, even if it's just $1, just it's charity. And I'm like, you're so great. That's why you're great. So I donated 20. Yeah, I saw the Mark Cuban thing. Thanks to Sean. So yeah, they still play in that arena. Ooh, look at Lita. Wow, look at Lita with the skin the cat up the turnbuckle pads. Nice. I'm glad this match is going longer than 90 seconds. That's nice. I still don't think it's going to be a very long match, but better than 2 minutes. What is it Lawler used to say? Lita is a pretty good wrestler, but I'd like to see her box. Sidewalky from Molly. I'll show you who's boss. Power bomb. Oh, big one. On Lita, you're all right. It might be the super red hair on Lita. She's reminding me of somebody. I think it might be Becky. Becky doesn't really dress like that, but I think the hair is making me think Becky Lynch is in the ring right now. That's Lita. Dude, what's up with the I actually kind of like the pay-per-view set here. I don't know what it's supposed to be. That circle thing, is it an eyeball? Oh, missed the moonsault, man. Molly all the way up. Lita's going to catch her. No, she hit it. Oh, big near fall. The Molly go round. That's what she calls it. Who else used to do the flip? Oh, there was somebody else that did that too. Like Booker T does the flips with the leg drop, but who else does what Molly just did? There's a wrestler. I can't even think if it's man or woman. Oh, Oh, and she beat her. Wow, I just had Lita pegged to win this the whole way. But Molly unhooked the middle turnbuckle pad and ended up slingshotting Lita's face right into it. Retains the title. Good heel stuff there. The old reliable exposed turnbuckle pad. Or turnbuckle. Yeah, Lita, or Molly, you are fortunate. Good sell on that, too. She hit it perfectly. Kind of like a drop toe hold right into it. Good stuff. Good win, Molly. We are fans of Molly. Oh, the ambulance match is time, guys. Super chat from Chris Ludek. What's up, man? Appreciate that. Thanks for the 5 tonight. How was this 20 years ago? I don't know how I was 26 years old 20 years ago. That freaks me out, too. Feels like it was just yesterday. I was in high school watching this and trying to hook up with 2 different girls behind their backs. High school. Oh, man. Yeah, you're younger than me. I was 26 years old. I think 2003. Was I dating anybody? Yeah, actually I was. So yeah, I didn't have the 2 different girls behind their backs thing going on. Is this you did? That was a couple years earlier. But in 2003, I was dating. I couldn't imagine though being in high school during these years because I graduated in '95, so we were still a couple of years away from shit getting good. And I didn't tell anybody. I had like one friend in high school that knew I watched wrestling. Nobody else had a fucking clue. Nobody I played basketball with. Nobody I was in the plays with. Nobody. But if I would have been like a high school senior in like 2000 or 2001 or 1999 or something like that, oh my God, it would have been a totally different story. Oh my God, this was a brutal issue between these two. The attempted murder with the limousine into the 18 wheeler was crazy, or the trailer. Oh, that evil laugh. That evil Kane laugh. Mike, you graduated in 1990. Damn. Did they even have TV and wrestling back then? 'Cause that's really old. You must be really old. Just kidding. Only 5 years older than me. All right. Kane's touching the ambulance. He looks like the I don't know, I don't watch Star Wars, but like the Emperor or whatever with the hood. Is that who I'm thinking of? Kane is as crazy as an inbred pit bulldog, is what Jim Ross just said. Here comes the money. His music is always makes me laugh. I was fine with Shane being involved back then. It's, coming out to the ring now that I don't really love. Because much like his dad, even if Shane and Vince were going to be getting in the ring, at least they don't hold back. Like, they do not mind taking bumps. They don't mind getting hurt. They don't mind taking mega risks. Ooh, wow. Kane went down hard. Fell right on his head. No countouts, no disqualifications. Just stuff the fucker in the ambulance. That's what you got to do. He's got the steps already. That didn't even hurt. Well, that's not going to do anything. Kane's face is perfectly protected under the steps, but Shane's hammering him anyway. Those old ass monitors, man, they still had those. You got to unplug it, Shane. There you go. Ugh. Those things are heavy too. And sharp, I would not want to be using that as a weapon in a wrestling match. Oh, the way Kane fell. I'd rewind that if we weren't using the timer because I want to see that one more time. Oh. Kane looks like his ear might have been bleeding there. Oh, Shane's going up top. There ain't no doubt about it. Ain't no doubt about it. He's all the way up. Oh, my God. Oh, elbow through the table. Oh. How many times do you suppose Shane has taken that exact bump? I've seen, I think, 2 or 3 of them live in person of Shane's top rope to the table bump. He's done it so many times that I've actually been in attendance for more than 2 of them. How many total do you think? 25? Like in big pay-per-view matches or Raws or segments? Does 25 sound right? Or are we talking more? All right, him and Kane are going in the crowd now. I'm going to go grab another beer out of my fridge right here. Be right back. Oh, yeah, the grave site is there. Oh, they're already in the back. They're already in the parking garage area here. Oh, we've lost the feed to Survivor Series. Boo. Felt like they ran over a cable. There we go. Shane appears to be luring Kane somewhere. We got a 7-3 game in the Kansas City Green Bay job going on. Oh, there. How did he do that? Oh, he went all the way around. So Shane lured Kane into the parking garage, went around the corner, and then wound up sneaking up from behind Kane with a kendo stick and is beating the hell out of him. Smack. Smack. Kane's getting in the white SUV here. That's not a Bronco, luckily. Of Al Cowlings is driving. Oh! Oh, I forgot about that. So he backs that car into Kane. He goes flying through the glass of the security booth there. And whether that's sugar glass or not, I would feel like that's going to cut Kane up, but send it. Send what? Oh, it's the ambulance they're backing. Oh, you can just use any ambulance? Because that's not the one that's in the arena. That's a different ambulance. Because where I used to live in North Carolina, everybody I knew called it an ambulance. I don't know why. But to them, it was an ambulance with an emphasis on the lance. God, he's got glass all in him. So you have to put him on the stretcher too. Then you got to lift the stretcher. How are you going to get him in that, man? You got to get him over the speed bump first. No, Kane ain't going to have no way. No way. I think Kane wins this match, but I'm not totally sure. You'd kind of hope he would. Nope, they lost the feed again to Survivor Series. They keep running over cables here, Shane and Kane. Yeah, these guys have taken out video and audio. Shane had a backup ambulance that he brought in the back. Now we're back in the arena. We're going to use the regular ambulance for the finish. I know that. God, Shane looks so dirty. Look how dirty he is. He's got bloody elbows. Like a match like this, I would definitely want to be wearing elbow pads. Oh, Shane. Sounds like the ambulance is running. They don't want that thing running, do they? There's somebody in the driver's seat. I just don't think there's a need to have the ambulance in idle in the arena. But it sounds like it's on. Does it not sound like it's on? That's a little silly. You just leave it off and then start it when it's time to drive out of there. I wouldn't want to be bumping around a running vehicle. Unless I'm hearing a completely different noise. All right, we're opening up the back now. Door to Kane's head. That's an old school ambulance. Or it looks like it is. It's got wood trim like everything in the 80s. Everything in the early 80s had wood. Go find your old Atari. You'll see what I'm talking about. Oh my God, that was so hard. All right, Shane's in there. Ambulance doors are closing behind Shane unless he comes flying out of there. Nope, he does. Shane with some Matrix moves there. It'd be funny if Shane just forgot what match he's in. You got both gimmick matches sitting right here. You could just bury the motherfucker and call it a day. That'd have been an interesting way to end it. Bury Kane in the dirt until he suffocates, then pull his lifeless body out of the dirt, chuck him in the ambulance. You win twice. Taker and Vince don't even have to come out. Pay-per-view's over. Or what's he doing to Kane's leg here? Touchdown Green Bay. They're looking good. Oh, no. Shane is going to the top of this thing. He's going to dive off. Oh, my God. I mean, obviously that thing was gimmicked, but how gimmicked? I mean, that still had to hurt. And you have to land perfectly on that thing, too. I don't know if that was an air pad or if there's cushion in there. Either way, man. God. Shane's up. I still feel like that ambulance is running. Kane's head is bleeding, probably from the trash cans shot. Lifting his lifeless body. Looks like a pretty good van build in there. If you got a little sink and a little TV and a wood stove, you'd have a pretty cool setup. Oh. Now they're both in there. The little feet kicking. Well, Kane and Shane both briefly got in there together. It's kind of like when both guys get into the coffin. Maybe it's the tractor that's running. I don't know. Ooh. This whole match is pretty much taking place right by this ambulance here. They never even got in the ring, barely. Ugh. Shane McMahon's head print, it is. Oh, this might be our thumbnail here. Yeah, that might have been it. Originally had the thumbnail as Kane coming out of the dirt after he attacks Undertaker, but I couldn't get it looking the way I wanted it to. Oh, tombstone on the floor. That's got to be it. You tombstone Shane McMahon on the floor. How does Shane McMahon survive that? He does not. He's in. It's game over. There's no way. There we go. Kane wins, as he should have. Shane, as usual, as he does with Kurt Angle and everybody else he faces on pay-per-view, puts up a hell of a fight. Yeah, I liked SmackDown on Friday with Randy and LA Knight. Randy signing the SmackDown contract. I got to watch Collision. I've only seen a couple of clips of Collision. I saw most of the Danielson and Kingston match, but Collision's getting a lot of high praise. You're going the wrong way. Got to straighten out so we can go around. Lawler. I mean, they started the whole Kane character unmasked right. I mean, he was pretty freaky, man, setting Jim Ross on fire. He looked terrifying. They had some plot holes with, not having the burns and shit. Oh, his burns were figurative burns or whatever however they tried to explain it away. It was stupid. They tried to say that his burns weren't real, but he still had the hair thing and the eyeball and all that. I'm like, well, I thought all that happened in the fire. But in terms of the sadisticness of nature of his character, was really good. It just, unfortunately, a few years later, he became Staples manager Kane, and I don't know what the hell that was all about. But these early days, because I wasn't, much like the streak ending, I wasn't really in favor of the mask coming off. But it did breathe new life into his character. Briefly, but then kind of fell off. This door spot, too. Oh, my God. I mean, Kane literally ate the door before he bit the pavement. Oh. Josh Matthews. I forgot he existed. I hate when when I'm reminded of Josh Matthews. Brock is not happy about tapping out. No, sir. Josh Matthews, the lost Backstreet Boy. Now, to me, seeing this as a fan, before we learned of both guys leaving WWE, this was awesome. To me, that was an ultimate dream match. Even though as a fan, I was going to be very Team Brock in that situation, because I was never a big Goldberg believer. But the epicness of that. Both guys, just mega monsters, each with a world championship. Holy shit, man. To me, that felt like a WrestleMania 20 tease. Unfortunately, we would learn a lot about both guys in the next couple of months that would make that match completely useless and pointless. Oh, Jonathan Coachman. Wild times. Yeah, I know Josh is in TNA. I don't watch enough of TNA to kind of be reminded that he's still on this planet. But sometimes when we see him in old WWE pay-per-views, I'm like, fuck, I forgot. I actually liked him in Tough Enough. I think it was years later. He kind of came off a little pricky to me. And I stopped giving a shit about him. That's what Coachman thinks we're all concerned about. Okay. The Dudleys did it. Back in these days, pay-per-views had time for this. Coach is going to be A-okay. Well, that's a relief. All right. Thank you, Coach. Thanks for filling us in on that because I don't know about you guys, but I was concerned. I needed an update on that ASAP, and Coach was gracious enough to give us one. I knew he wasn't done. Oh, look at there. Mark Cuban. Give me Mark Cuban any day of the week over Elon Musk. God. If I had to hang out with one of them, I would choose Mark Cuban in a New York minute. All right, Mark Cuban. He was still pretty young back then. Were the Mavericks doing anything by 03? Dirk would have been there, right? Same with Steve Nash. Nash might have already been gone. I don't remember. All referees suck. Oh, there's Bischoff. Look at these thugonomics guys in the front row. They're a trip. Chris, appreciate the 10. Let's see what Bischoff has to say. I'll read that in 1 second. Oh, okay, cool. He wants Mark Cuban in the ring. This is something you do at a house show or a live event for the live crowd. Mark Cuban's not a small guy. Not huge, but he's bigger than Bischoff. That fucking guy with the red hat. Plant. He was always around. It was surreal for me as a fan to see Bischoff standing there with that WWE microphone. I don't think I ever got used to it. He looked a lot different in his WWE days than he did at WCW, but his voice didn't change. And just hearing his voice on like WWE was just, I never fully grasped it. Oh, he's going to shove him. I know Bischoff knows the karate. But Mark Cuban's... Oh, here's Randy Orton. Oh, no! Mark Cuban takes an RKO. Oh, that's so good. So good. Flagrant foul. 2 shots and the ball. Randy Orton back when he wasn't nearly as jacked as he is now. 20 years ago. Orton, I dare say, looks better than he does here, and he looks pretty damn good here. Oh, Evolution. Chris, thanks for that $10 earlier, dude. I had just started learning martial arts around this time, but when I learned some grappling, I realized Brock would easily beat Goldberg for real, but still wanted to see the match. Me too. I felt the same way. And that was part of the reason why I wasn't a big believer in Goldberg compared to someone like a Brock or even an Angle, is because you knew if that was a shoot, Goldberg wouldn't last fucking 10 seconds, man. Brock would eat him for lunch. So would Angle. So would a lot of guys. And then it was even more annoying when Goldberg, you know, has this like tough guy attitude. I'm like, yeah, you might be able to win a regular fight against Joe Dipshit in the grocery store, you know, who's the, you know, local landscaping owner or something in your town. But you come into contact with anybody who's your size with even a lick of, you know, real fighting experience, you going down, Goldberg. Oh, this is too much. Triple H's like, all right, I'll take it off. Why not? Look at me. This is ridiculous. You can't get weak in the knees, girls. Triple H, glad you're trying to get yourself back in shape there. You look better in like February. Remember all the shit he did with Steiner and at the Rumble and stuff? That was the same year. Holy shit, who's that other guy there with Randy Orton and Triple H? Is that Dave Bautista, the actor? Looks just like a younger version of him. You know, from like Guardians of the Galaxy, like that guy. Doesn't that look just like a younger version of Dave Bautista? Holy crap. Who knows? Maybe he got into wrestling before he was an actor. I don't know. It might be him. Anybody got the answer on that in the chat? Oh, yeah. Orton's on. That is the flattest champagne I have ever seen. You guys should not be drinking that at all. It looks room temperature and flat. That's nasty. You know, Mr. Derek, I'm with you. I never liked Triple H without his beard either. He didn't look right to me. He looked too much like Hunter Hearst Helmsley from like his first gimmick. I liked him much better with facial. Oh, the Bashams. I like him much better with the facial hair. This girl right here, Shaniqua. What's her name in real life? Not Linda Carter. Not Wonder Woman. Linda something. I always thought, much like Matt Morgan, we talked about him earlier, that she had a blueprint look. Like, this is Charlotte, Bianca, Jade, before any of those women existed, you know? She's amazing looking. Wow, Rodrigo, thank you. That actually was Dave Bautista from the Marvel movies. He was a wrestler before. Fucking mind blower. I thought that looked like him. It's like, that looks just like that actor, Dave Bautista. Wow, learn something new every day. They lie, they cheat, and they steal. Here they come. Look at this thing. See, I used to drive the same car. Looked the same. I had the flames and the rims. Hydraulics. Look at this thing. This is so badass. Everybody wants to fight us. I love the lyrics to this song. You don't have to like us. Everybody want to fight us. I miss them. God, look at Eddie. Eddie, 2 months, bro. 3 months, bro. You're like so close. You're fighting the Bashams here, but you're going to be fighting the Beast at No Way Out. The Bashams. I hope Shaniqua beats them when they're naughty. Oh, look at that drop kick by Chavo. Jesus, that's smooth. I had the privilege of seeing many Eddie Guerrero and Chavo Guerrero matches in person, many of them for championships. It was an honor. Yo, Ray, that's a good idea. No Way Out in 2004 in February. We're doing it. Just do me a favor, Ray, because I know you're here a lot. Just remind me. Just remind me, because you know how I am. I'll forget we even talked about this by tomorrow. So just let me know. My boy Amato reminded me of something that I want to do. We want to do a Monday Night Raw watch-along for December 29th, 2003. Big Sean and Triple H match. We're going to try to nail down a date for that and do probably a members-only deal for that later on this month. But doing No Way Out in February is going to be awesome. Yeah, thank you, Ray. I'm the worst at remembering stuff. I'm the worst at a lot. I suck at answering DMs too. They just pile up. So if you're waiting for an answer from me, I'm sorry. Get into it. Oh. By Chavito. Eddie, nice. I like them in green. I like this gear on them. Oh, shit. Fox Star Killer. Do I owe you a super chat? My bad. Oh, yeah, I see it. Sorry about that, dude. Thanks for that $5. I was just so enamored with Bashams and the Guerreros. I got distracted. You said, hi, sorry, I'm not going to be able to properly participate in this one. That sucks. But you have to work tonight, dude. I understand totally. No sweat. I work on Saturdays, so I only have half of the weekend off myself. My weekend is Sunday, Monday. So I get it. I understand having a job to where you don't do the Monday through Friday thing. That's been my whole life. Oh, sorry you couldn't be here, though. But luckily, you're a member. You got other options to tune in, like our Saturday night's main events and some other ones we're going to try to do. I've got two projects that I'm working on for the second channel members and Patreon. Some more video ideas. Just a matter of kind of getting it done. But we'll make for really fun bonus content. But I'll wait till I get one released to show you what I'm talking about. But I'm working on like 3 simultaneously. Ooh. Nice. Come on, Eddie. I don't think the Guerreros beat the Bashams here because Eddie's about to win the title. But at least we got the Guerreros in a match. At least we got the awesome Shaniqua. And we got that dope-ass lowrider. We watched last year, earlier this year, I think, right? We watched Judgment Day 2003. I was at that show. That was in Charlotte. I think we finally got around to watching that one. I just remember all the things the Bashams we were saying about him back in the day. My friend called him Gay Demolition, which I always laugh at. And they were both good wrestlers, too. Good OVW guys, right? But the gimmick was just so weird with the Shaniqua with the whip, and they got the thing and everything. It was just the funniest thing to me. Oh, look at that Eddie dropkick. Jesus, man. That's so pretty. Oh. They both kind of reminded me of like Right Said Fred. Like if they would have came out to I'm Too Sexy, I would have been fine with it. Would have fit perfectly. Back then, WWE wouldn't have paid for music except for those shitty rock bands. Oh. We don't mind paying for Finger Eleven's music. But we ain't paying for Right Said Fred. A piece of meat in the ocean. Ah, Linda Miles. That's her name. I was thinking Linda. And then as soon as I looked at her face again, it hit me. Linda Miles. I was like, what? Not Linda. I kept thinking Linda Carter. I'm like, I know it's not Linda Carter. Linda Miles. Miss her. She was awesome. Oh, they did the old switcheroo. Jesus Christ, Chavo. He just took Shaniqua's head off, and now she's going to get frog splashed. Oh, God. Oh, no. Poor Shaniqua. This hurts my heart. Oh, wow. He overshot it, too. He kind of put knees right in her abdomen. It's a good thing she's got that 6-pack or 8-pack or whatever she's got, whatever she's packing under there. Oh, what are we doing here to her? Oh, we're going to spank her now? Okay. This is what they thought was necessary, to spank her ass. Imagine someone doing that now. Oh, wow. They did. They pinned Chavo with the schoolboy and the tights. Shaniqua took a vicious clothesline and not a very good-looking frog splash either from the Guerreros. I guess she's currently paying her dues. Imagine somebody putting Bianca over their knee and spanking her ass in 2023. My God. And I know they were doing that type of stuff with the women, who were just there for the TNA, the tits and ass. But with Shaniqua, she's a legitimate, like, badass looking woman, like China was, I'm surprised they didn't do a deal where Eddie fell in love with her and took her to the prom. All right, see, they're having some little issues here, the Guerreros. Chavo is not my fault. It was their fault. You see? Oh, this must be the Survivor Series elimination. Those guys won. Wow, that's what I said. But that's okay. They got bigger plans for Eduardo Guerrero, as he will be winning championships. Anybody who's here right now, if you don't mind hitting my little thumb or upper, that would be helpful. Thanks. Yo, this is cool. Jolly Man Big Boy. Right on. That's the best name ever. Jolly Man Big Boy. Appreciate the $5. I was at this show. Fun fact, people in my section saw Kane get in the payloader. Also, Goldberg celebrated on top of Undertaker's grave. Oh, wow. That's cool. So you mean like Kane got in the payloader first? That was how he... I forgot how he even appears here. Doesn't he come out of the grave? So people could kind of see him getting in there? Is that what you're saying? That's awesome. Appreciate that, David. What's up, man? Good to see you. So this must have been after Austin retired. Then he became like co-GM, obviously, and then they had a bunch of problems. And I know Austin would be back by Mania, driving the four-wheeler around. He might have already been doing the four-wheeler by this point. Okay, so Linda is the one who brings him back. So they have to co-GM forever, and then eventually that leads to the Survivor Series match, and if Austin loses, he has to leave. I don't recall how he's brought back, but I know he's brought back. Linda's like, you can't just beat the shit out of people. It is crazy when you think about it that he retired. Because he was getting physical in almost every segment, stunning people. He got in that full-on brawl with Brock Lesnar that time. Like, he could have just worked super limited. He could have just worked like Brock does now. So that maybe the pressure isn't as high on him or whatever. That's right. He'll become the sheriff of Raw. I wasn't sure if the sheriff shit had already happened. So that's how he's brought back. They just make him the sheriff. That's so stupid. I didn't like the sheriff shit. I thought the sheriff shit was dumb. And look at there. Is Steiner knocking Austin out? He's taking bumps, you know. It's not like the doctor said you can't work. He just chose not to because of his neck and all of the pressure that seemed to be on him. He kept talking about that leading up to the retirement, all the pressure that was on him. I'm like, you should have fun. Don't worry about the pressure. But HBK's Jesus Fish shirt, I forgot. Oh, that's hysterical. Okay, I was like, who's the team? It's Booker, RVD, Dudley's, Shawn. Against Orton, Christian, and I forgot who else. Steiner, Mark Henry, maybe. Who else? Booker, maybe Booker. Or no, Booker's on Austin's team. He's back and not better than ever. His song fucking sucks. It's the worst thing ever. It really sucks. I've always fucking hated it. It's the worst goddamn song. Except for Baron Corbin's. Something like that. Okay, so it is. Oh, it's Jericho. Jericho, Henry, Christian, Orton, Steiner. We got Stacy. We have Teddy Long. And we have Bischoff. This is like having Bobby Heenan, Slick, and Mr. Fuji out there. DL Bain, appreciate the 5 from you, man. 5th super on a live stream. Do you think Kane should have won the world title around that time, around this time? Probably, yeah. Because, I mean, it took him a while. Wasn't like, what year was it? 2008? It's like 5 years after all the crazy shit. This probably would have been a good time to do it, but the world titles were gobbed up, man. You had good talent holding those belts. But if you did put it on Kane, I don't think it would have been bad. It would have kind of been like putting on The Fiend, honestly. Which one could argue a character with that much going on doesn't need the championship, but also a character that's that dangerous and impervious to pain and remorseless. How can they not be the champion, you know? So I feel like it would have been very comparable to how they did The Fiend. You know, once he becomes champion, somebody's going to have to take it from him. I like how all of them are just out. This is the way it should be. This is the way it was back in the day. I'm so glad we didn't have 10 different entrances. Because we would have. We had a Bischoff, we had an Austin, the Dudleys, Shawn, Booker, RVD, all individually. Same thing with the other team. It would have taken 2.5 years to get everybody out here. Christmas would have came and went, and we'd still be watching the entrances. I mean, let's look at this ensemble here. Man. Honestly, I was looking for the weakest link in this whole, in both teams, total. In terms of who's the least threat, or who's had the least amount of success in their career. And I think it would have to be Steiner. Like, I'd even put Christian above Steiner at this point. I mean, think about Edge and Christian's popularity compared to the Steiner brothers' popularity. Both were mega huge and popular, but was one more popular than the other? Was 1989 Steiners or 1991 Steiners more popular than 2001 Edge and Christian? Or 2000 Edge and Christian, I should say. I don't know. I mean, Mark Henry's in there. I kind of forgot. Never mind. It's Mark Henry. I think Mark Henry's had even though everybody in this match is a Hall of Famer, I think Mark Henry's the least Hall of Famey of everybody in there. And that's saying a lot. That's not a knock on Mark at all. It's just, look at the stars in this goddamn thing. I mean, Booker and the Dudleys, Jericho, that guy Shawn Michaels I heard is pretty good. Let's see how many guys in this match, too, are currently active. 2 of them for sure. 3 of them. We got Randy Orton, Christian, Jericho, all in the ring right now. RVD wrestled a match not long ago, so that's 4. Another pretty awesome thing about this match is everybody's alive, right? Everybody on the outside of the ring's alive too. Mike Chioda, the referee's still alive. Even though he has frosted tips, he should be dead for that, but he's still with us. This is a rare thing, a match from 20 years ago with about 15 different members or pieces in it, and everyone is still living. That's rare. And comforting to know that that's still possible. That's CLB, that creepy little bastard. Jericho and RVD. I always thought that Jericho had the more. I thought Jericho and RVD together, if you could like merge them into an RVJ, I think it's like the perfect wrestler. I think Jericho had the charisma that you would find in a top main event wrestler, but I think RVD was a little better athletically and in the ring slightly. They're both very good in the ring. Jericho was equally as good of a storyteller as Rob was, but athletically, Rob had him beat. I think Rob had a slightly better like kind of look in terms of his physique than Jericho as well. Oh. He was smoother than Jericho, if that makes any sense. You know, Jericho could clunk it up sometimes in there. Jericho could still do great things, his lion salt and all the athletic moves he could do, but he slipped off the ropes a few times, and sometimes he looked like he was kind of out of place or whatever. Where Rob was just a lot like Randy Orton, was just stupidly smooth 100% of the time. Oh God, Jesus! Those belly to bellies, that did look very scary. Steiner, he debuted on that last the year before at Survivor Series. I was just never a fan. I did not like Big Pampa Pump. I loved Steiner Brothers, Scott Steiner. But once he got into like the mid 90s, around 95, I would say, is when I started noticing, and 96, that he was like really bulking up. He was already big as it was, but he was just expanding, you know, and I felt like it was taken away from some of his athletic ability. Jesus, these Steiner suplexes are just nuts. He was so exciting all the way up until like 1993, 1994. And then it was like after that, he just physically started becoming less capable, but became more, you know, charismatic with this character and his freaks and his peaks and all that. I was just never into it. Just like I was never into thugonomics for some reason. I thought it was just WCW's lame attempt to try to have an edgy character, to try to keep pace with WWE, but it was just me, Rock, and Stone Cold, and even Edge, and all those guys were just so much better than Steiner. Yeah, I was just never a fan. Just did not care for him. Oh, man. This was our final WCW Nitro match, was it not? Booker T and Scott Steiner. ELB. Christian and Jericho are also heading for a feud. Jericho's on the verge of turning back babyface again. They're going to start that whole bet with Trish and Lita. All right, everybody's out of the ring. Booker T's in there with Steiner. Come on, Booker T, put Steiner away. How many people in this match are not in the WWE Hall of Fame? Christian is not yet. He might be the only one. Is Scott Steiner in? I think he is. I think Scott Steiner's in. RVD went in too. I know he went in the pandemic. Even Stacy Keibler's in. I think it might just be Christian. Well, I guess Bischoff's not in. Jericho's not in. Christian and Jericho. And Randy Orton. Oh. "3D" backwards on Steiner. Was this before or after? There we go. The bookend puts away Steiner. Was this before or after Stacy was with the Dudleys? She's back with him now? Yeah, Jericho. Thank you, We Are Pro Wrestling. Jericho isn't, and Christian isn't. Ooh, and World's Strongest Slam puts down Booker T. Bischoff didn't go in, did he? Oh, Bischoff is. He went in the Hall of Fame in 2021. Why don't I remember that? 2 years ago? Recollection, gone. Don't even remember. Well, that's pretty amazing. Jericho and Christian will be Hall of Famers. Jericho, Christian, and RVD are still active, so eventually they will all get in. Ooh. Big Mark Henry. I'm glad they finally gave him the world title. What year did that all happen? Felt like somewhere between 08 and 2010, something like that. Maybe 11. I forgot when he was champion. But I'm glad that he got it. He put his work in. He put up with a lot. Oh. WWE's had a history of signing some guys and got too excited about them, and they never panned out. Ahmed Johnson's a good example of that, and a few other guys. Mark Marrow, you know. Mark Henry was another one, and he was able to actually find success. And there's a 3D. Mark's going to be in big trouble. He might survive this, though. Oh, Rob Van Dam in with a froggy. That's it. Hey, you can't do that. All three guys are allowed to pin him? We have not seen Heartbreak in the ring yet, have we? He still's got his hair all nice and combed and everything. Mark. Oh, wow. Thanks, Ryan. So they went in this year. Stacy and Steiner went in this year. Stacy, I remember. Steiner, I don't. But we were hanging out during right across the street from the Hall of Fame at the bar that night, but I didn't go. Yeah, Mysterio went in. That's right. I even pulled it up on my phone. We were having drinks and shit. We were trying to watch it. But I forgot about Steiner getting in. Yeah, and Paul Heyman's a pretty good bet for this year in Philly. I'm hoping he goes in, even though he's still involved in stuff. You got to put him in here, man. Heyman deserves to go in at a milestone Mania, like 40. Randy Orton and RVD is a fun match, too. I know they had a couple of bouts. Did RVD lose like a loser leaves town match or something to Randy? I thought I had a memory of RVD's like last match being against him. Michigan native, man. Oh. Oh. RKO. Orton's out. Or I'm sorry, RVD's out. Courtesy of Randy Orton. Jim Cornette, for his pro wrestling accomplishments, absolutely deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, WWE Hall of Fame. I'm not sure if he's ever going to go in because he has now devoted his life to building up the reputation of being the biggest fucking asshole you can possibly be. So I don't know how that's going to really work for him. But in terms of what he accomplished in wrestling, hell yeah, he's one of the best managers to ever do it. Bobby Heenan, Heyman, and Jim Cornette, I all kind of think of a lot of times in the same type of category of just big time managers. Oof. Man. And Jim Cornette, much like Paul Heyman, has just got such a big, long history of, dating back to his photography days and stuff like that, which Heyman especially has got even a crazier story because he did so much of his stuff in New York where Jim was in the South. But, Heyman's walking around hobnobbing with Vince Sr. when he's like 16 years old and shit. Like, it's crazy. It's fucking crazy. Oh, Jericho's going to put away Devon here. Sean is still over there fresh. So he's going to have to go at least, 3-on-1 or 3-on-1, I guess. HBK. Finally. Was he really in this match for the first time, or did he get involved earlier and I was just talking? Jericho and Shawn reunited from WrestleMania. Taking out Christian. So we got WWE and Randy Orton versus AEW and Jericho and Christian versus NXT and Shawn. And I don't know where Bubba is these days. Impact. Yeah, pro wrestling's been evolving away from managers for decades now. I mean, it's not like we're never going to see it like that again unless, you have, some gimmicks where they're coming in wanting to be like an old school manager. I guess Stokely Hathaway is kind of a good example of a good one now, but these days they're almost like advisors or factionally, Don Callis, but he's more of a mouthpiece. the Attitude Era didn't help that either, you know, where they know a lot of the fans of that age, a lot of the male audience that they target, you know, doesn't want to see someone who looks like Bobby Heenan come out with a tag team. They'd rather see someone who looks like Stacy Keibler come out with a tag team. As much as I loved Bobby Heenan as a manager, he didn't really arouse me. Oh, unprettier to Bubba. That's going to be it. Sean, you are in some serious trouble, and Austin knows it. God damn, maybe I should call Mike Tyson. Or Austin, you can get up there and tag in. This is another thing that was hard for me to get used to with Austin's character. You know, all these people fighting for him. Does this look to you guys as anything that 1996 Stone Cold Steve Austin would have approved of, or 1997, or 1998 for that matter? If you think for one goddamn minute I'm going to have 5 people fighting for me, you can kiss my ass. There's no way he'd go for it. And he's willing to put his career on the line and his career in the hands of other wrestlers. It's not very Stone Cold-y to me, you know? I mean, to trust HBK, the guy with the sparkles, who you beat for the title. And it was bizarre. We're sitting here in a time when Austin beat Michaels for the title, and then Shawn disappears for 4 years, maybe never to return, and then he comes back, and Austin is the one who's gone. And Shawn would stay in the ring 8 years longer than Steve? Like, that's crazy to me. But that's the way it wound up. Jericho pulling Shawn out. Shawn gets busted open at some point, so maybe this is where that happens. Oh, right here. He's already blading. He's doing it right now. Watch. See, can you see Shawn's? Shawn loves to blade on the slingshot spots. He did it at Hell in the Cell. He's done it a few times. And every time he does it, he'll start blading when he's on the ground, and then he'll come up and hit the post. It'll be like instant. Jesus, look at all that blood. And there, he just disposed of the blade under the ring. Oh, Shawn, can you be more obvious? Yeah, Shawn's bleeding hard. Jesus, so much. God. Does Disco Inferno or Vince Russo deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? Absolutely. Absolutely they do. They are first ballot Hall of Famers. Not WWE Hall of Fame, the Hall of Fame of raging douchebags. It's brand new. It opened up in Kansas somewhere. But yeah, they definitely deserve to go into that. 100%. If there's a ballot that they're on for the Raging Douchebag Hall of Fame, let me know so I can make sure I vote for them. Just want to make sure I give them the credit they deserve for being the raging douchebags that they are. Oh, it's almost like too much blood. Like, look at that. Shawn just overdid it. Oh! And down goes Christian. 1, 2. Love those super kicks. I love the super kicks where Shawn falls and lands on the guy and pins him. Those are my favorite. All right, so Shawn's got rid of one now. Now it's Randy and Jericho against Shawn, who is completely destroyed on his forehead. Way too much blood. I feel like Randy Orton's got to be the guy to get the pin on Shawn, right? Oof. Is that an Armageddon match? Do we get Shawn and Randy Orton at Armageddon the following month? I think we do. We got a 14-12 game over here, KC and GB. Third quarter. Mike Chioda, the fucking frosted tips. What were they doing back then? I had hair in 2003. It never even occurred to me to do that to it. Why am I trying to look like Lance Bass? Oof. Oh, it was Randy and RVD for the IC title. Okay, Randy Orton and Shawn fought somewhere, right? Early, not in 07. 07 is cool, but I feel like there's a 2003 match between the two of them that Shawn wins. Might have been way earlier in the year. I don't know. I want to believe. King wants to believe. Come on, Shawn. Cover him. Cover him. Jericho's going to kick out. His eyes are wide open. Oh, Randy Orton saves it. Austin's losing his mind. God damn. My guy's covered in blood. Okay, over the top. Wow, Randy with the bump. Jericho with the bulldog. Lion Salt coming here. He's up. You hear Jericho tell Kyoto to move. Move. It's the Lion Salt. Shawn got the knees up. Bischoff pleading. Jericho kicking. Come on, Shawn. You can do it. Yeah, you can see the blood just trickling. Oof. Come on, Shawn. You can do it. I think is he going to super kick Jericho here? I hope he does. Just nail him. Oh, missed. I feel like he'll pin him. Yep. 1, 2. There we go. And now it's Shawn. Jericho sucks like Paris Hilton, that guy's sign says. All right, so Shawn is done. I'm sorry, Jericho's done. Shawn is on his own. One-on-one with Randy. Oh, they're going to add a little exclamation point. Chair to the face. Screw you, Austin. Jesus Christ, that sucks. Okay, I was about to say, where is Randy Orton anyway? Here he comes slithering in. Get it? Because he's a viper. Vipers are a snake, and snakes slither. See what I did there? Of course he's kicking out of that. It's got to end way more dramatic than that. I do love that. Look at the crowd here. Everybody is standing. Come on, Shawn. Hit him with a super kick. Up, ref bump. Oh, and wow. You could see the positioning of Kyoto. He was going to take some sort of shot. And he caught one of those early Randy high cross bodies that he's been doing since the OVW days. They looked good. They kind of have like a froggy type of look to them. I always thought he had a good high cross right from the start. Even when he was babyface white meat Orton when he first came in, he could hit that. Does he still do it? The band is tuning up. I don't know why you would want to warn your opponent that your finisher's coming, but Shawn liked to do it. Yeah, look at Austin. Oh, Bischoff with the karate kick. Oh, there's Austin. He's been provoked. Kicking the hell out of Bischoff. Up, stunner to Orton. Boom! Behind the ref's back. Look at that sell. Look at that fucking sell on that stunner. Oh, that's magnificent. Orton's all in the ropes. Bischoff's getting the shit kicked out of him. I feel like this is where Sean's going to get up and eat an RKO or something when Austin's distracted. Look at Sean crawling out of a pool of his own blood. Oh, there's Batista. Oh, motherfucker. Oh, the match I'm thinking of is Sean Batista. Oh, the match I'm thinking of at Armageddon, I think, is Sean Batista, right? And Sean beats him, probably because of this. I think that's what I'm thinking of. We Are Pro Wrestling. It can't be. Batista came in, took out Sean, and now Randy. And Austin's distracted. Come on, Mike, Justin Timberlake, Kyoto. 1, 2. What are we going to do, guys? What are we going to do without Austin in WWE? Fuck, Bischoff's team won. Oh my God, what's going to happen on Raw tomorrow? Bye, Austin. I guess we'll never see you again. You're totally not going to wrestle at WrestleMania 38 in 18 years. It's not going to happen. You're not going to go into the Hall of Fame. This is it for you, man. That old Evolution song. It slaps. Is that what the kids say now? Slaps? I think it slaps. I couldn't tell here watching this if Austin was pissed or appreciative. God damn, Sean. Is this because I beat your ass at WrestleMania? Did you lose on purpose? Is this fake blood? Did you even vote for Obama? Poor Austin. He's done. He's done until WWE sits at a creative meeting and says, what if we have Raw bring in a sheriff? We need a sheriff here all of a sudden. And go give Austin a little plastic gold-plated badge and call him the sheriff like he's fucking 5. And give him a 4-wheeler and just tell him to drive it around Raw. Like he's 5. Austin's going to start raining blows. Oh, you think you're bleeding now, son of a bitch? Come on, help him up. Austin, you guys are legends. You're Texas legends. I kind of like you both equally the same for 2 totally different reasons. You had 2 totally different careers, but they intertwined a little. Look at him saying, I'm sorry. I tried, Austin, but my teammates fucking sucked. It's that Booker T, I tell you. I done kicked him out of the NWO a year ago, and now look what he does. Blame it on him. Not RVD. He came in, he was stoned, he was high the whole match. And it's a cool visual, though. Like, all these years, 5 years after WrestleMania 14. The fact that Sean was in the ring and Austin wasn't. Look at the way it's coming down his back. It's way too much blood. Sean always overdid it. Man. I don't want to believe it. I mean, Austin, 5 years before this, 6 years, 5, was fired by Vince McMahon and came back. Then he walked out in WWE in 2002, came back. Now in storyline, his career is over, comes back as an honorary sheriff. Tell the nice man how many years old you are. That's nice, Stevie Austin. That's nice. Here's my little plastic badge. You're a sheriff now. And Austin's coming back out. The last time we're going to hear the music. It's so sad. Well, are you coming back out, Austin? Okay, he's coming back out. A somber Stone Cold. Coming out for his curtain call. Like, look how sweaty. Like, Austin looks like he's been in battle. You know, he was beating the hell out of Bischoff. He was just still getting physical and stuff. I just don't understand why he couldn't get in the ring, like, a little bit. Work the pay-per-views and try to do other things that to improve your mental health or your stress levels that really seem to be what did him in on top of the neck stuff. But I don't think the doctors were telling him you can't wrestle, because if he couldn't, I don't think he'd be able to do the stuff he was doing. He's got both knee braces on. He takes bumps. He delivers stunners. What's the difference? The show is in Dallas. I guess that's kind of cool. I mean, not cool, but when you think about it, if Austin would really hang it up. Texas? He's got like Sean's blood on his face. Oh, wow. Thank you, We Are Pro Wrestling. We're going to watch that very episode of Monday Night Raw this month. I was here in San Diego visiting for Christmas and watched that here at my parents' house. $19.89. That's right. I don't know where this old sportatorium was in relation to this arena here, but it ain't far, I would think. Not my favorite Austin shirt, that Fock Fear one. I just like I like the original Austin 316. That's all I ever needed. I didn't need anything else.
Justified that it started in Dallas, Texas. From a damn ride. And I appreciate every single thing that you people have done.
That's nice of Austin, giving everyone their props.
Excuse me. I am feeling at least somewhat justified that it ended in Dallas, Texas.
All right, well, toast your beer and do whatever, Austin. Jesus Christ, you're not dying. They can easily storyline write you back in. You should know that. He should be on the mic saying, "Let's hope that damn creative team figures out a way to get me back up in this sumbitch." That's what he should be saying. Well, I love the shit out of you too, Austin. Always have. There's a mark for stunning Steve. Oh, no. Tell me this is not. Well, you can't. I guess you got to try to send the crowd home from this match happy. This is the Stone Cold Steve Austin equivalent of Hogan Must Pose here. Coach is going to come out and probably get his ass kicked, right? Look at these 2.5s he has with them. These aspiring professional wrestlers. Who are these guys? Do we know them? That guy there in the back looks like he might be somebody. I decided to bring a couple of friends from OVW or your local indie wrestling fed. This guy is this chubby Mario Lopez here. Are going to get their asses kicked because they look like they're athletes, so they know how to take bumps. Anybody recognize any of these guys? I don't think they are anybody, but they look like they might be. 3 weeks later it took, Joseph, huh? 3 weeks. Wow. That December 29th Raw. Up there we go. Now Austin's going to beat the shit out of all these securities. Yeah, see, the giveaway is how they take these punches and they sell the stunner. There's a difference, big difference between someone who's been trained to take bumps and someone who hasn't. It's very easy to spot. Oh my God, that security guard did not fall out of the ring class that day. He failed that class. Now it's Austin and Coachman. Off comes your stupid little hat, your stupid little glasses. I always tell myself that Jonathan Coachman is Byron Saxton's dad because it makes me feel funny and better. Ugh. And I feel like if Byron had like a role like Coachman, he'd probably be pretty good at it. Oh, poor Coach, just getting mauled. Like if Byron Saxton had to come out and do what Coach is doing, I think he'd be pretty good at it. Maybe better than Corey Graves. So something about Saxton that would just be good at that. Oh. The final stunner. Oh, if only. Oh, Austin. They wasted so much time of this pay-per-view with this sappy-ass goodbye when he'd literally return a month later in the silliest, most asinine way possible. Look at that can of dip in his back jeans. Austin is so Texas. Ugh. That shit is bad for you. Don't do that. If anybody does that, don't do that. Do not put that shit in your lip. Here, let me just chew on some cancer. That's nice. Oh, good. Jim Ross just gave the coordinates to the Sportatorium. Austin with them Miller Lights, man. These beers aren't much stronger. These 805s, I like drinking these. They're easy. It's like my new Stella. I drink these now. Plus, it's a local place. My folks called it snuff. Yeah, I remember. I remember when they tried to teach us about that stuff in like drug class in like elementary school. Who's ever heard of dip and snuff? But then when I started playing baseball, like a lot of my friends would do it. And I remember I tried it one time and it was just like, fuck no, hell no. Lasted about 8 seconds in my mouth. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here? I was like, absolutely not. So I was, did not do it, but I had so many friends with spit cups and stuff. I was like, God damn, this is nasty. This is nasty. Oh, the zoom in on the sad Miller Lights. I remember those Miller Lite cans. At least Michael Cole's hair is not frosted. Sometimes it is. Is that Chuck Taylor? He just stuck his face behind the camera there. Look at him. Doesn't it look like Chuck Taylor? Kind of. Wow. Why did I think this was the main event? We still have Goldberg and Triple H to come? I think we do, right? There ain't no way this match is almost an hour long. I'd kill myself. My friend is here, Barry MK, Hawaiian Barry. What's up, dude? Appreciate the 5. This was the best show of the year and best Survivor Series of all time. Months of good story build up leading to the show. Yeah, this comes highly recommended. Our friend Kyle from Apron Bump podcast responded to the tweet today. Said it was one of those top 3 Survivor Series ever. I've always thought the Survivor Series was good, but in terms of like where it ranks, I was still in post Attitude Era come down in 2003, and I had trouble, admittedly, appreciating what they were doing good because I just kept thinking about how different things were. I was still getting used to that name change, WWF to WWE. Austin's gone, Rock's gone, DX is gone. Everything is just gone from that period that I loved so much, and I was still trying to get used to what was current. And that was a fault of mine as a fan, of not understanding that you can't live in the past forever and you have to go with the flow. And I think it made it harder for me to appreciate good shit when I saw it. Even though I was still going to shows and stuff, it wasn't feeling the way it was. The feeling was gone, the magic. But now looking back, it's much easier to appreciate what they were doing good. Amen. I think my least favorite thing to see on a WWE show is Vince with his tongue on any woman. It's, oh my God. He's so fucking gross. Look at that tombstone. Okay, November 16th is when this went down. Okay. That payloader. Keys to victory. Oh, those evil submissions, home field advantage, match experience. Well, what is it? I was about to say a submission's not going to do you any good unless you choke them out. Then you can drag them into the hole. Oh, Chiefs at the goal line. Something must already happen because I'm on commercial over here, so. All right. The end of the American Badass. Oh, I hate this song. Please tell me it's not the one with the words. It is. You've done it now. God, I hated this song so much. I can't even properly articulate or describe how much this song makes my insides barf. It's fucking hideous, man. You've done it now. Oh my God. Oh, it's so bad. I have such an irrational hatred for this particular Undertaker theme. Maybe fans have fond memories of it. I do not. Give me WWF The Music Volume 3 every day over any theme he's ever had. But this one is specifically bad. Really horribly, fucking horribly bad. Always kicking ass. Ah, shut up. You're gonna pay. You're gonna pay. I'm gonna barf. I'm gonna barf is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna barf. I'm gonna barf all over my fucking legs. Jesus. I hate WWE for this song. Now watch, I'm gonna look at the chat and you guys are gonna be like, I didn't mind it. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. I take it all back. You guys are awesome. Oh, no offense intended. Now, Vince's song, on the other hand, this is where it's at. Nothing dumb about this song at all. I loved in 1999, the early days of the corporation, Shane would come out to this song and he'd do this with his wrist. Dun, dun, dun. And me and my friends, my roommate, we just get the biggest kick out of it. Like, what is he doing with his hands? What's happening? I wish I could pinpoint a specific show that he does this on, but it's definitely early corporation days when Shane first started turning up. Oh yeah, Chiefs are on the goal line here, huh? And they scored. They're still going to be down regardless. They're down 9. What's he doing? What is he doing? Has he got a fireball? Oh, he's praying. Okay. I thought he had a fireball in his hand. Okay, so Vince is not messing around with this higher power shit. He really means it? So he just decks Vince. Okay. You can already see the dead man starting to grow the hair out. The clues are already there. Oh, no, he's bleeding already. That's what he was doing. That's what Vince had going on in his hand. He had a blade. I thought it was something. God, and Vince is doing the Shawn Michaels job. They just cleaned up the ring. I love that the ring crew has to check with the wrestlers. How many of y'all are bleeding tonight? Raise your hand. We're gonna need 6 ring mats. Tie them bitches down. Vince just right off the bat, just covered in blood. Boy, AEW does this now. And all these fans, oh, it's excessive. I'm like, you bitches ate it up 20 years ago. This is insane to me. Vince McMahon is squirting blood from his... Look at that! But at the time, the same fans that think John Moxley shouldn't do it were loving it. Probably had pictures of bloody Vinces all over their fucking bedroom wall. All of a sudden, they offended now. Oh, Vince. Like, it's crazy to me when they blade and they literally are squirting the blood out. Like, Vince's whole head, it was just pouring. Like, do you have... I mean, I get... You got that many veins in your head that would make you bleed that much? I guess you do. But Jesus, man. Right on the grapefruits. Vince has already been beaten bloody and his nuts crushed. Taker's got Vince's own blood all over his own face. God. I mean, everything Vince did. Look at his fucking head. Is this okay? Do they have a doctor there? Like, Christ, they would stop the whole fucking show for this now. Did he just cut a chunk of his head off? Did he get bit by a shark? They got sharks in Dallas? Jesus Christ. That's violent, man. That's violence. It's violent violence. Oof. And Nick Patrick's like, damn. I think the original assassin might be Nick Patrick's dad, one of them guys. Still hate Nick Patrick, though. Oh, my God. Look at that blood. Jesus, it's all over. Oh. Excuse me? What did Michael Cole just say? Vince McMahon threatened to do to Undertaker's wife? The R word? And terrorist attacks? Excuse me? 2003 WWE? Look at Vince. He looks like he's dying. He looks like he's literally dying right now. He's in the process of dying. His body is shutting down. He's got blood squirting out of his face. He's trembling. I do not remember this being this fucking disgusting. Look at the blood. Like, if you just were holding a glass under Vince's head this whole time and you were catching all this blood, ugh. You'd have like 40 ounces of blood. Like a big ass bucket of it. Oh my God, Vince. We're just getting started. That's nice. Ugh, Vince. God, he's going to be spraying blood all on that woman behind. Oh my God, and Vince just took that monitor shot straight to the blood stain that it left behind on the monitor, which is crazy. The fans are almost like, are we watching a murder? I feel like this is attempted murder. I don't think that should be a controversial take. Like, Vince might be dying right now. God, imagine Vince's bloody face getting all in this dirt. Oh, yeah, let's get the shovel. Get the gimmicked shovel, please. Thank you. Get the very lightweight aluminum shovel that dents. Because if there's one thing shovels do a lot is dent. He's just going to waffle Vince with this thing. Luckily, it's gimmicked. It's made out of the same shit the cookie sheets and trash can lids are made out of. Oh. Does it have to make that sound? Vince McMahon had zero offense in this match. I didn't realize it was a no offense thing for Vince. Like, there's no way he can fight back from this now, right? Does he catch Taker with like a low blow and then like has a little bit of offense, or is Vince just dead? Oh, God, he did hit him so hard. You would think Vince McMahon would even think that, hey, it wouldn't make sense for my character to really give you a legitimate fight, so you should probably just murder me for 20 minutes. Oh, he's going to do this again. We remember this. It's a callback from 5 years ago. Right around the same time of year. The old ankle smash. Look at Vince. This is a total murder. Look at the blood. It almost looks like it's fake. Oh, that's so bloody. Oh, he's putting his own blood. Oh, my God. Oh, that sucks for you, Taker. You're no spring chicken by this point in 2003. And now you got to walk Vince all the way up there? On your knees and your hips? Carrying the boss to the grave. You need to drop him before you try to climb him up that mound of dirt. Yeah, drop him. Drop his ass. There, down in the dirt. I mean, Vince looked like he just got executed by the mob. He looks like Joe Pesci in fucking Casino. Or throw him in a hole with his brother. Dirt to the eyes? That's not going to save you, bitch. Dirt to the eyes? Undertaker, you better not sell that. Oh, now a low blow. Okay, I knew a low blow was coming. I still don't think that should be enough to stop you, Taker. Now Vince has got one of them lightweight shovels. Ouch. Oh, and he put him in. He's in. Mr. McMahon. How are you going to... This would be the upset of all upsets. Still just dripping blood everywhere. Oh, God. I was going in the thing. Now, was Kane already in there? Oh, yeah, there we go. I thought Kane climbed out of the grave. So he does climb out of this. It's Kane. And in you go, Taker. Pull out Vince. Now, I feel like there's some sort of trap door under there, right? Because you saw Undertaker kind of digging. I don't know how this trick works, but I'm guessing there is a door under there that Taker can access and get out of there. Then they dump the dirt on top. Oh, Taker's still there. So Taker's still there, so I don't know how he hides himself or what they do here. Oh, so he's got plenty of time to get out because Kane's got to walk all the way down the thing. Oh no, I thought Kane was going to be the one to do it. Nope. Oh, Vince is in it. By this point, you would think Taker's out of there, right? He's gone in the trap door. Oh, and there he goes. Damn, that would kill him too. If he didn't get out of there, that would be the end of Undertaker. You'd have about 1 minute to get him out. I'm not sure how his hand is going to come up through this grave. Look at this blood all over the place. This is Vince. This is Mr. McMahon right here. This is his DNA all over our desk. I remember hearing, though, on the interwebs, and the rumors were already circling about the return of the Dead Man character. So this made a lot of sense. A lot of people had it kind of called out pretty early on. Oh, Taker's buried. He already had the hair kind of long there. Kane was the one that did him in. He'll probably return as the Dead Man and take Kane on. So it was kind of sniffed out. We got a 2-point game in this Kansas City and Green Bay face off here. Wow, Barry, appreciate the 5. After that, after all of that, Vince would be on the next SmackDown. That's crazy. And at least this was the final night, as Ray says, of that stupid song. Didn't have to hear that shit again. We don't have to pay anymore. We're not going to pay. We're not going to pay. We're not going to pay anymore. That bullshit's over. Triple H. Triple H with the money. Oh, a bounty. I'm pretty sure that even within the confines of pro wrestling, this would be illegal. To solicit like a hitman. I mean, if the cops came to Raw in 1999 to interview talent about the hit and run on Stone Cold Steve Austin, why would the cops not get involved in Triple H offering $100,000 for someone to take out in any capacity, which could also be a hit and run? Don't forget, Triple H was the mastermind behind that first hit and run. So why? Oh, yeah, the ankle break. Oh, yeah, I went to a show. In October of 2003. And all I remember about it, it was in Fayetteville. I remember Goldberg and Batista had something going on in that show because Goldberg was limping. And there was like a cage match for the Intercontinental title with, I think, Jericho and RVD, or Mark Henry had a match on that show too. Some sort of match for the IC title in a cage. I remember that too, but it was, if anybody knows what show I'm talking about. I remember Goldberg coming out limping and attacking Batista, and I remember a cage match. I remember Mark Henry being a part of the show too. And I think there's an Intercontinental title change on that show, I think, but I don't remember. But it was the previous month. From Greenwich, Connecticut. Oh, yeah, the bounty idea goes way back. I think it might have even predated Race, but Race sounds about right. There's been bounties on people's heads before. I'm pretty sure the Von Erichs had some bounties on their heads throughout history, too. But I still think it should be illegal. All right, Triple H and Goldberg is our main event here. So I think Goldberg, he'd win this match, but then he'd finally drop the title the next month, and Triple H would finally get it back. Just political bullshit that Triple H played Finally put over Goldberg, gave him the title, but it was like the weakest fucking world title run you could imagine. Goldberg, by the time Goldberg won the title, I think he was already just didn't like it there in WWE. So obviously they weren't going to give him a long run. He spent 1 year in the company. He was out of there. Triple H wearing this gear at the time, too, was so weird because I guess he was injured or something. He wasn't able to like work out as much and his body changed a lot just in like a 9-month span. This feels like his first theme. Maybe not. This almost feels like sounds like it's his WCW theme, but I'm not sure. Might not be. It might be his WWE thing. I don't know. I can't tell them apart anymore. It sounds way like his WCW theme, though. But I could be way wrong. He's got Triple H down already with a spear. Ric Flair's still in there. Yeah, I was trying to... It is his WCW theme. I thought so. So I don't know if that was dubbed over for Peacock or if they actually used it on this night. Because he had his Goldberg theme, but he had a WWE version of his theme, right? Even in 03. I don't think they used the WCW version the whole time. Maybe his first match or something. Here we go. Triple H and Goldberg. And I remember, too, it was interesting. This whole thing was interesting to me because, you know, they had heat going back to the WCW and WWE rivalry days. They both attended some sort of convention. Forgot what it was, either a media convention or a video game convention or something like that. And WWE had a table, WCW had a table. And they were both there, and I think they had exchanged some words. Goldberg was kind of an asshole, apparently, or they probably were both assholes. But I remember reading about that. That was a big, juicy deal. Goldberg challenged Austin on Jay Leno's show. I just never liked Goldberg. He just wasn't for me. I mean, obviously Goldberg survives this year. He's got the bad leg. I mean, I don't know if it's just a clean, straight up win over Triple H, because they've worked a lot by this point. They worked SummerSlam. That was the big Elimination Chamber deal, right? Where everybody thought Goldberg was going to win and then he didn't. And then he won the title the next month, right? I don't know what happened on the October pay-per-view. And now they're working again at Survivor Series. And then I think they would work the following month like a 3-way. Triple H would get the belt back. Do I have it right? Ric Flair is all over the place on the outside of the ring. Good H. I thought he was gonna get at Goldberg there, but nope. How many? Because I can't think of any. I mean, I know they exist, but Goldberg and Flair. How many matches exist between those two in WCW? Surely they worked a time or two, right? Spaz, you retracted your $5. So I don't know what you said. It's probably something awesome. It's probably something like, Greg, you're such a handsome devil. I don't know what I would do without you in my life. Something like that, probably, right? Thanks, Spaz. Oh, October was a No Mercy, or it was No Mercy, and it was a SmackDown show. That's right. I forgot they were doing the exclusive only. Oh, there's Spaz again. Thanks, dude, for the 5 and 5. Just got back from a Destiny show. Trent 7, he's our champ now, was in a hardcore match and got saved by Al Snow. Right on. Welcome back, Al. That's awesome. Destiny show. It's weird too with Al Snow. He's like, at least he was last time I saw him on camera somewhere. What good shape he's in. When you go back and watch matches of him from like the 90s, he's in like no shape at all. I used to love Mr. Perfect used to do that. Okay, it's in Ontario. Cool. Yo, Raphael, salute. Thank you for that $2. That pay-per-view got me nostalgia. That's why we do these. We always do the classics, man. It's fun to remember back to what we were doing at the time, what grade we were in, what was going on in our lives, what we thought of the show at the time compared to what we think of it now. That's usually all I ever talk about when we're watching these old shows. Armageddon 2002. We haven't watched that one, huh? We have watched in Armageddon before. I got to look up and see what we've done now that we're getting a few years into this here. One thing I did recently on my channel, I have like 1,400 videos on my channel, like live streams and videos included. So I went through and made playlists for every year. And I started in 2014. A bunch of shit from before then, I didn't bother with it. But in 2014, every individual year, I just put every single video that I did, whether it be a live stream or a regular video, in a playlist for that year in chronological order. So if you want to find something or you're wondering where some of my old shit was or you're trying to find something specifically, obviously you could search, but maybe breaking it down year by year might be helpful for you if anybody ever has a desire to do that. But the playlists are all full of everything that I've done, so it's there. Unfortunately, on my channel, though, it doesn't let you lay out the playlists where you want them. There's like two options, newest video added or something else, or when the playlist was added. So I can't move them around and display them the way I want. So they're all out of whack, but I got a bunch of playlists in there. You can find what you need. But it won't let me organize them for some reason. I don't know why. I think 2000 is the one we've done. Oh, we watched 99. Okay. There you go. I know I've reviewed 2000. All right, Triple H getting his hands on that leg. Trying to withstand the pain. Come on, Triple H. I'm rooting for him. Perspired through his shirt. Flair's always out of his mind. I swear around this time, Ric Flair was wearing guy liner. I swear. You could see it. We're getting goth Ric Flair. probably listens to My Chemical Romance and shit like that. Earl's gonna, yep, I was about to say Earl's in prime bump position, ref bump position. Yo, apron bump, what's up? How you doing? What did you call it today? You called it like the top 3 Survivor Series in history? This one's been pretty good. It's been bloody as shit, man. Oh, Nux to Goldberg. But no referee. Oh, there's Earl. Did Ric Flair throw him in? 1, 2. That was a weak-ass kick out, Goldberg. Oh, Triple H just dropped the elbow on Earl's head. Those two have never gotten along. Earl and Triple H. Their beef goes all the way back to like 95. They would do that shoving spot in the ring that they would repeat at every live event. Oh my God. Sledgehammer again. Out of shape, Triple H goes down. What is Flair doing? Flair's like, throw me off, Goldberg. Hadn't worked in 30 years. Goldberg's hobbling around here, still Steiner lining motherfuckers with one leg. Yeah, the apron bump, we just watched the Austin Bischoff stuff. It's like, Sean, my God. He lost his body weight in blood. Oh. But they drug that shit out, man. That was an awful lot of nonsense for Austin just to be brought back the following month as the sheriff. There's Batista. Oh, and Randy's out there. You got all of Evolution in there. Goldberg is going to wind up just demolishing all these guys? No, he's got the sledgy. Oh, is he not going to use it? He's looking at the sledge. Nah, fuck it. Don't need it. I'll just spear him into oblivion. Boom. All right, Earl. Oh, no, he's got to jackhammer him now. Jackhammer him with one leg? Okay. With Batista and Orton laying helpless in the ring? I didn't realize it was this definitive of a victory for Goldberg for this. I mean, obviously he's going to pin him here, right? Earl? Oh, we're even going to get a long delayed 3 count? Okay, maybe it's going to stretch out a little longer. There we go. 1, 2. Yeah, that was weak as shit. Goldberg wasn't even covering him. Triple H kind of does a little shoulder thing at the end. I mean, that was Goldberg single-handedly on one leg dismantling Evolution. I mean, maybe at the time they were still thinking that Goldberg would re-sign, because I would think that if they already knew Goldberg was out the door and they're planning to take the belt off of him and move on, that he wouldn't have beat them so badly there. And then the next month he'd lose the title without even getting pinned and never get a rematch. Which is fine with me. I didn't like Goldberg, so what do I care? He wasn't as over as those WCW days. That magic was also gone. Goldberg still had a great look. He was a star. But much like Austin, you know, that little 2 years that they both had there was just... Goldberg might have even been less time. Where they were just white hot. And just speared Triple H. Pinned him for at least a 7 count there. And the jackhammer. 4 to win. That kid, look at him. He goes, wow. And he's looking at the belt, touching it. Mom, get me one of them bitches for Christmas. Goldberg, you just took out all Evolution. You don't need any help. And Goldberg stands tall at Survivor Series 2003. Crazy. Got 4 months left, and he's gone. Gone. All right. Y'all want to just watch Survivor Series 2004 next and hang around for another 3 hours? I wish we could, but I have YouTube work to do tonight. Sunday nights are my night to get stuff done. So I'm going to work on some shit for everything that we're doing here to keep the channel moving and running. The plan, I believe, is to be here for Raw tomorrow night because I believe CM Punk's going to be on the show. Hopefully he'll kick something off with someone, but he's also advertised for SmackDown this week. So I don't know. Maybe he's not advertised for the show, but provided CM Punk is on the show doing something, I think we'll be up here for a review to talk about Raw tomorrow and catch up on what we missed with Collision last night, which looked like it was a pretty good show, and anything else there is to talk about. There might be a bunch to discuss tomorrow. We will see. But this was a fun one. Glad we finally did Survivor Series 2003. I feel like this was long overdue, too. We should have done this one long ago. So I think for December, we should look at Armageddons and Starcades. So let's start thinking about those. Shoot me some suggestions over on Twitter if you'd like, and we'll get one set up for next Sunday once I give it some thought. And Tito is awake. What's up, buddy? Hey, man. Say goodbye to everybody. Say goodnight. Right on. You guys have a great Sunday night, rest of your Sunday night. Thanks so much for being here, and join us tomorrow night after Raw. I'll probably even have a link up for tomorrow's podcast tonight. So just stay tuned. Keep an eye on the channel. I'll probably have something up for you, and we will be here tomorrow night after